Hello, friend. Quick note before we dive in. This flashback fable, The Rave of Wonders, Part 1, was originally a Patreon exclusive, but we're sharing it with the main feed so you can all experience the wonder. If you like what you hear, Part 2 of Zin's flashback and so much more is waiting for you over on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/DiceSized. Now, dim the lights, turn up the magic, and enjoy this flashback into Zin's past, The Rave of Wonders. In this exclusive flashback fable, we step into Zin's past, before Promise Day, before Akuma, on the eve of a reckless adventure. Joined by her childhood best friends Igor and Ester, young Zin sneaks beyond the bounds of her strict community, drawn by the idea of rainbow-misted waterfalls and light pulsing deep within the forest. What begins as a night of freedom and friendship quickly twists into something else. The air hums with magic, the forest sings, and this is no place like home. Something is waiting in the dark. Welcome to Wish Hunter. And welcome to the Rave of Wonders. Welcome to DiceSized, and welcome to our third Fable one-shot here. Hopefully, one-shot. And today, this is me, of course, Robert Whitehead. We'll save the rest of our intros here for just a moment as I talk about what our third fable is. Stark raving mad rad lads and star craving sad bad dads. Tonight, we have a story about three young individuals within the community of the Anu Luce, a community known as Domi to the locals. Three individuals we've met, two of them very briefly. And I think there is a good part to cut away, as I have to remind you all that I have my lovely table of friends and family to help tell this one shot that takes place within Zin's backstory. So, of course, we have my brother G.
Hello, I'm going to be playing Igor Boone, and he's a very bold individual, but he kind of keeps that on the inside. He's got his reasons, and I know that as I explain myself in the future here, you'll understand where my passions lie. But for now, you could just kind of know that I'm friends with my friends, and I just want to be with them and do well.
Igor, I'm excited to see more of you. If you don't recall exactly, or if you didn't listen to our episode 0, where we really got to see these characters come to life, Igor was also present at Promise Day with Zin, but our story takes place before that, flashing back even before that into Zin's past. And Igor, I'm excited to see what crucial role you played to influence the events as they were.
Very nervous about it, yeah.
Well, welcome, Igor. Take your seat comfortably. And of course, we have Maya.
Hey, it's Maya. You can call me Maya. I am playing a younger version of Zin tonight, pre-horns, pre-fiend, and still a little neurotic. I'm excited to play it out. I'm excited to see where Zin came from, her interactions with her friends and her community, and just a little bit deeper into what made Zin Zin.
Yeah, I wish I would have caught on mic your reaction to the art that all I did was just remove the horns, and you're like, she doesn't have the horns.
She doesn't have horns. Look at her. She's so young. Yes, so bright.
I'm also excited to see what kind of events happened in Zin's past to make her so observed by the leaders here within the community of the Anu Luce.
Well, your guess is as good as mine, so we'll find out.
Yes, we shall. And of course, we have Savannah.
Sav here. I will be playing Esther Luxos, one of Zin's right hands, left hands. My parents have expectations of me, and I plan to skirt by as much as I can to achieve those expectations. And I'll be channeling teenage Sav's most annoying self to fulfill some of Esther's overcompensating zest for life.
I loved the little bits that we got of Esther, Igor, and of course Zin. But you three as a dynamic kind of all hit these very, very specific areas that don't overall overlap. So it's fun to see how the dynamic in this friendship will shape out. because our story today will start with promise practice. Just maybe a year before Promise Day.
Yeah, it feels like we could be 15. Like
Cool.
just turned 15.
Just turned 15. Awesome. Promise Day was 16. So this is kind of like in this community, senior of high school vibes, because Promise Day is such a big deal that is when you take on the obligations of an adult within this community. So within those last few months, you are at one of your last promise practices. Promise practice is a daily ritual of disciple and devotion, where the community's children are meant to purge selfish thoughts and align themselves with the holy light. So that's where you guys will find yourself today. Is there anything that you guys want to get out right away about how you guys are entering? This is like the penultimate time that you'll do this. So on Promise Day, Zin watched a candle burn for 12 hours, staring at it from such a distance that it eventually seemed to close in upon her and allow her a connection with something powerful. Then Akuma came in.
And then Akuma.
Then Akuma. But that Promise Day took a lot of preparation to stand stock still and to fall in such a meditative trance. You guys have slowly been building up to that. First it was 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 4, and this is your first overnight. It's just around sunset as all of you are within one of the older studies. Cleric Hazel is at the head of the study chambers, and all of you are just meant to stand or sit stock still and stare at a candle across the room. The distance isn't the training part right now. It's just that you have to be meditatively slow and isolated. So as Cleric Hazel has set you all up and you have begun this practice, what's going through everyone's minds as you are in forced meditative stances?
Everyone's looking at me. Okay, I'll go first. And Zin, I think, is coming into promise practice a little, I don't know if like shaken is the right word, but kind of just scattered, maybe is a better word. Her dad is warden, and the third warden, he's pretty high up there in the community. And I think there's been vibes as Zin's Promise Day approaches. Her dad is like getting everything ready, and her mom is from Chalice, and she's being pretty involved too. Just like a lot of prepping conversation, a lot of business talk at the breakfast table, and dad is bitching about something that he has to figure out with the ward, not the war, the war. I don't know, maybe there was a hole in the domain and he had to go figure it out, and he was frustrated by it, and her mom was just trying to make light of the situation, and Zin was just kind of listening, like, okay, like, great, I'm gonna go sit and stare at a candle for all night.
Yeah.
Like, see you guys. Thanks for setting me up with great vibes.
Great vibes.
So kind of scattered, kind of just like, another day. But she's doing her best. She's wearing her little, light get up. I feel like.
Give me a past perception check to see how much you got out of that conversation, because I suddenly have it in my head what they were arguing about.
Oh, it's almost like I did that on purpose. Oh, perception +7? 26.
Shit. I should say we'll take a brief moment for a DM interlude.
You gave me these stats.
I did. So for this one shot, I wanted to make it fun for my players, and yes, I could build a story where you guys all had very accurate stat blocks to your characters, but I wrote stat blocks as if this is as fateful of a day as it was, a day that just was meant to be had. So the stats don't necessarily reflect the intensity of what you're doing, the skillfulness, but they do reflect the success or the likelihood of success here, in my opinion. So I've made you all stat blocks balanced for the adventure to be had. But yeah, that is possible with the stats that I've given you, and more than enough to hear in detail what they were arguing about, which was that your father was talking about how the domain boundary of Domi being the name of the domain that houses the Anu Lasay people, the boundary of it has been difficult to maintain because there's several layers that both the Star King and the Star Queen, the Varas, are responsible for maintaining, and they don't yet have a third magical counterpart to help them. And so they have to kind of like do the shifting of duties, and they can't both track things in and out and prevent it from being from losing ground. Like the wish stress is pushing in so hard that your father is like stressed about it as he says, Hyla, I can't tell you the dangers that would be had if the Star Lord but took a nap. The man has to stay up 24/7 so his wife can just get a rest. Well, she cares for Aris. A 15-year-old in the same as she must spend all of her time caring for Aris, and of course when she's not doing that, the Star King must be doing that for Aris, and so they switching off duties. We can't both. He cuts off and notices you coming in, but you catch him mainly hinting at threats that could be coming in that they can't track coming in.
I think as I walk in, Zin is just like always kind of carrying this like little stick that she breaks and mends and breaks and mends. We saw that in the flashback in session 0. So I think as she's walking in to like, oh, I'm not listening, looks down to her, just like, oh, I'm just practicing my mending, like to give the illusion that she didn't just hear what was happening. Then can I also roll an insight to see if Zin could pick up on if you said that they can't really track what's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Can they track what's going out?
I think as we return back to that meditative moment with all three of you in the room, that will be,
Do you want me to roll insight or?
Roll insight as these thoughts return back to you.
9.
Not quite enough to know, but it's definitely not out of the range of possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
one could maybe assume.
I think that could, one could.
The traffic is hard to gauge.
Exactly,
Okay.
Exactly. And of course, your father.
I choose to assume that.
Yes, your father was speaking in a pretty familiar way of he cares about what's coming in or what could potentially come in. He defends against that. He is like kind of the sweeping defense along the boundary when that needs to occur, when the Star King and Queen are not able to bolster it specifically.
In the same vein, sorry guys, I'll let you all talk next, I promise. In the same, you'll thank me for this. Would Zin know, like, if her dad has a routine schedule, or if he kind of like goes in and out as he's needed for the domain, or is he like, I'm 9 to 5, when I clock out, I'm done?
So he is the third warden, but it's often in terms of familiar conversations that you've heard him like complain about or argue with your mother. He doesn't have any truly magical abilities, or at least not such an affinity for it that he could protect the domain in a magical way. He is granted powers by the light. He doesn't add much in terms of spell casting, like the Star Lord, the Star King, and the Star Queen, who are magical prowess enough to defend. And so he, by strength of arm, has to go when there is a threat or when they are expecting a threat. So
as like a pact to the blade. You said like he really likes his sword.
So like when his sword calls and says defend the domain,
Gotcha.
He leaves. He's on call all the time. He's the best the community had for this warden position, but he's not exactly built to be able to do it in a comfortable fashion. He has to be dedicated to it, body and spirit.
Sick. Thank you.
Awesome. So we know what's going on in Zin's head. What is going on in Igor and Esther's head? Because you three are the only three in this practice chamber.
Esther is using her like light cantrip to, I think, like move a little orb around the flame, because otherwise she'll die of boredom.
Give me a sleight of hand or arcana check to do that skillfully enough and within the flame that Cleric Hazel isn't like, hey, you're not meditating, you're doing something, you're concentrating on something.
Sure. 9.
I will give an opposed perception here.
Esther, what are you doing?
Anything but this.
You can put the light down. They're going to see.
They won't catch me.
With the 13, Cleric Hazel looks up and he comes up from a bleary-eyed, almost about to fall asleep. And he says, was that flicker? As I would assume that Esther has cut off the light as he starts to rise.
Yeah.
Was that flicker magic, or was I just noticed the flame do something odd. Are you all meditating?
Looks normal to me.
What'd you say? I was meditating.
Give me a
And you know Igor, he doesn't lie.
give me a deception check and give me a persuasion check, because Igor was actually meditating, I think, and like doing his best until.
That's a 6.
The 9.
Oh my
Oh God, guys.
That'd be an 8.
I really planned for Cleric Hazel to fall asleep pretty easily, but as Cleric Hazel is looking at you guys, he says, Igor, I see that you mean to do well, but boy, if you want to go anywhere, you've really got to focus. You can't be so soft.
I'm sorry, Cleric. I am trying. This is all I do. I practice at home.
I can confirm after we leave here, we study together, Cleric Hazel, and he's doing nothing but good work.
Sometimes I use 2 candles because my eyes kind of cross.
Yeah, we set them up and then I have him stare between them, and then by the time his eyes cross, he's staring at 2 candles.
Yeah, come on, Cleric. I can't get him to have any fun to save his life.
Okay,
He means well.
Did you see the candle spark?
give me a persuasion check with advantage here, somebody.
A 16.
Do it.
I'll pose it. With a 5 on the die, a definite success there, as you guys are able to kind of settle him down. He says, okay, well, I'll give you a break, but Esther...
Just count your sheep, Cleric.
A lot
Sleep
of
is calling you.
I wasn't
Sorry,
going to
can't
sleep.
talk right now. I'm focusing on my flame. I'm sorry. I'm busy.
I stay up all night watching you. I stay up all night watching you. I don't sleep. Don't...
That's kind of creepy, Cleric.
Esther, he's going to add more time to our practice.
Esther, I will tell Mr. and Miss...
Cleric Hazel, I'm really, really doing my best to focus right now. You're kind of distracting.
Thank you.
Give me a intimidation check.
Please don't tell my parents.
Can I give you a deception check?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Zin reaches over and like kind of squeezes Igor's hand, like, shh. It's okay.
17.
Thanks, Sid.
I'll give you a opposed insight. 9. Yeah, still not enough. Cleric Hazel is he's one of the better educators within better in my verbiage being less narrow-minded than most devout believers. He's interested, often giving lessons on things outside of the classic curriculum and like letting you know that like you had a lesson about the Wicked Willows at one point, like of a system of that could exist within the world that wasn't a domain. Like, oh yes, look at this. Look at these systems that are natural. And Esther might have been interested in this as you have fully convinced him. He turns back and he says, Esther, I do appreciate your interest in class that you show sometimes, especially when it comes to those natural domains. I know you were interested in the one in the falls. And,
have you seen a prettier domain?
Well,
it literally was lit up like a rainbow.
I can't be talking about those things right now. You should all be focused. You have a very big day ahead, Esther. You are such a talented and just your curiosity will take you far, but you have to focus it on the light. Zin, you do well to follow Zin's example. Her father, a warden, Zin, I'm sure you'll do great this very soon.
Zin sits up straight and is like, that is my intention, Cleric Hazel. That is my intention.
I'm always learning from Zindalin.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have taken these 2 under my wing and they will be the best that they can be.
Zin's basically the only reason why I could do this.
Well, I wouldn't take that much credit. Just in case he feels.
Even my mom says I'm gonna cast the coin.
Don't you?
She cares so much that it hurts.
Well, first of all, don't say that, Igor. Your mother doesn't say that. Does she say that?
Well, yeah, because my dad's casted coin, and she just says that to him a lot.
You're not going to be casted coin. Coin isn't, of course, as our working class, coin are upstanding citizens. Your father has nothing to be ashamed of, but you've been educated and been prepared for this day. We didn't have such devout educators as we do now. He looks proud of himself. And he says, and Esther, both of your parents, Lantern class, an amazing cast, but just there is room to aspire, to be of Chalice and to have the time and the freedom to do as you wish and all that you can. All of you are such interesting and talented individuals. You've got me off track. Get back to practice. I will be over here. I will just be reading, and give me an insight roll if you want.
11.
So 3.
11.
11 is enough to see that the book that he's reading is the one that he usually reads when he falls asleep. And that is also enough to catch his slight stress, as you called him out on it before, as he goes to kick back in his chair, as you guys have to prepare for your 8-hour promise practice where you'll be staring at this candle in this room all night.
Enjoy your book, Cleric. I'll look after these 2 hooligans for you.
Thank you, Cleric Hazel.
I always get worried that the wax is going to melt too quick.
Igor. Shh.
All right. So I think Igor would though is like
Oh, that's true friendship.
with the hand grab. I think Igor would, after the cleric turned around, I would Zid, is there something wrong? You normally do this so easy.
I am a little distracted today, Igor, but it won't deter me from this 8-hour meditation. I even brought my sitting pillow.
I think you could do this in your sleep. Look at him.
Wouldn't it be easier if we could just, as fast as he could?
You
Oh my
always
gosh.
just say 8 hours is 10 seconds at a time. 1, 2, 3,
Yes, I do say that
4,
very often.
5.
You don't have to
All right.
show us.
Anyways, as Cleric Hazel does seem to nod off here mid-session, you hear his snores punctuating this kind of sacred silence that it's supposed to be, and all of your whispers and banter is also punctuating that silence. You hear him as he kind of starts to snore as he says, yes, good. And he is fully out, and these ever-present symbols of authority that have always been in your life, Cleric Hazel being a primary one. This is the first full night, the first full extended time. You've been trapped in a lot of situations like this, but never for so long. You all share silent glances in this moment, knowing that this could be potentially your only chance to escape for a night and experience freedom. Is it crossing anyone's mind? As I think just in the position of where you guys are in life, it would have to.
I was going to say, are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? But I can almost guarantee that neither of you are thinking what I'm thinking right
Okay,
now.
so maybe that question should have just went to Esther. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, I think Igor is fully like right back to staring. He's squeezing his thumbs and staring at the candle and counting to 10 slowly.
Over and over.
Over and over.
Are you guys serious? Are we really going to do this? 8 hours? I think we'll die. I think I would die if I had to sit here and look at this candle for 8 hours.
It is a long time, but I mean, our promise day is 12 hours. Like, if we can't do this, how are we expected to do 12 on the day?
That's that day's problem, Zen.
I'm pretty sure that we
Zindalin? Zinifer?
I'm pretty sure that we have to stay here looking at the candle.
Says who, Igor?
Everybody?
Not me. I don't say that.
Well, what else will we do?
Anything else? I have an idea.
Zin kind of like sighs, looks down and goes, "What's your idea, Esther? Please say it quietly."
That sparkly rainbow domain? Anyone want to find out what's at the end of the rainbow?
That's outside of Domi.
Yeah.
You mean like read the book? We could read. Yeah, I would totally read the book.
No, Igor. I'm sure you've already read the book.
Oh, it's a
Like
lot
3
of times.
times. It was on our lesson plan like a month ago.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't
What's the lesson
retain.
plan?
I didn't retain any of it.
Well,
but-
I wrote it.
What
I
happened
wrote
to-
it
Oh.
for our study group that you continue to not show up for. And when you do, you show up late and you bring food like we were planning to like party or something.
Well, life is a party.
No, I did appreciate the snacks. It was really timely. Igor had been talking for a long time at that point.
Oh, well, sometimes you just
counting.
need like a good scone to soak up the mouth energy.
I like the crepes are really my favorite.
Oh, crepes. What if I told you I could make crepes in a cave tonight instead of sitting here watching these flames fucking flicker for 8 hours? I will die. Zinfandel?
You know, you don't like it. I don't like it when you call me names.
But I'm saying them out of love. They're pet names. Come on.
Okay, you're in Savannah.
See, that's the spirit.
I mean, we're gonna have another 8-hour practice, right? Like, this isn't the only 8-hour practice. It's the first.
God, are you budging? She's
I'm
budging.
not. I'm not.
Igor, you gotta budge.
What do you? No,
She's budging. Did you ever think she would budge?
No. Well,
Your turn.
I'm only
No,
budging.
wait.
Okay.
Wait, no. I want to stare at the candle. Igor turns and just starts counting big time.
You keep staring at the candle, Igor. I'm gonna talk to Esther a little bit. Okay? You're doing great, buddy.
You don't hear anything.
I'm only budging because this morning I heard my dad, and he was talking about there's trouble. There's trouble at the border.
Trouble?
Not trouble, but like, I mean, he seemed a little uneasy. So I feel like tonight, if any, like if we were to do it, hypothetically, tonight would be probably, maybe
The best night ever.
ever to do
To
it.
do that.
Yeah.
So
7,
what you're
8,
saying is
9, 1.
what you're saying is you're so in. We're gonna go have fun. We're gonna try something new. Your life is gonna change.
I love the enthusiasm. I need to make it known that I am only coming along to make sure that you and Igor are safe and that nothing bad happens.
Whatever. As long as you come along and have fun. We're gonna have so much fun. Igor, are you ready to have fun?
I was meditating.
Igor, I think we could
Igor.
fit into your lesson plan a little bit of fun.
What kind of fun?
I demand it.
I think we're gonna have to let the light show us.
Esther, you're so scary.
Let the light show you, Igor.
It does say that in our lesson plan.
Let the light lead the way.
So chapter 43, subsection A,
Oh my
title
God.
4.
Esther
remember?
snaps and pulls up like her light cantrip and just like looks at it like the light is showing you, Igor.
I guess it is harder to stare at a candle that's moving. That'd be good practice. I could do.
You are making this so easy for me. That is the best point ever. Yes. Let's go meditate harder. Expert mode.
Expert mode.
Expert mode, Igor.
I'm only condoning this because we're practicing our meditation and I'm gonna keep you guys safe.
Biggest eye roll ever from Esther, for the record.
And
like-
from Seth sitting next to me.
I was playing, yes. With love.
Where'd her pupils go?
Okay, so shall we start my little skill challenge here, which is going to be the escape. The first check is going to be involved in making the plan. So as you guys make this plan, I will need someone to eventually elect to roll for a DC 10 check here.
I think Zin would probably take the lead on that.
How do we get past the cleric and down the stairs?
So, this is an accident. I didn't actually know we were going to try to escape tonight. But I always bring extra tunics for all three of us because you never know when an oopsie is going to happen, like spilling something. Like, Igor, we've been working on your bathroom habits and you're doing so good.
I haven't washed this in 4 days.
Yeah, so I do always bring you extra tunics. So what I was thinking, we could leave them on our chairs. Maybe, I don't know, like stuff them with something, make them like, so if Cleric Hazel were to wake up in his haze, he would just, see us still sitting here and he'd go back to sleep. Something to reassure him.
I guess that would be a little cool.
Because if he wakes up and we're not there, then he'll instantly come looking for us. I feel like we need some sort of diversion.
What if, as a second layer, we also change the clocks? So when he wakes up, it's just time to be in bed. Time to be not here anymore.
Oh, like he's overslept.
Time to be the time where we've went home on time.
Got it.
Oh.
Wow, Esther, you're scary.
Time-wise, that's an excellent and intuitive plan as it's around sunset right now. You guys would be leaving mid-morning, so there'd be a perfect gap between like 3 to 6 a.m. where you guys would be having gone home during that gap, and he could have fallen asleep into that time.
Should we blow out the candle? I mean, it feels wrong, but should we blow out the candle before we leave to really sell it?
But then they won't be melted as far as they should be.
That is an excellent point. Is this why you're the one that does the, I don't want to say bad. It's not bad. It's just edgy. You're so edgy. You're so edgy, Esther.
Call it what you want. we're making it happen. I think we should burn these candles down and then blow them out.
Okay. Yeah.
If only we had a little fire breather among us.
I didn't hear that.
Can Esther use her light spell, her light cantrip to like heat the candles to melt into a puddle to where they would be?
I would allow you an Arcana check to try it.
Or
I have thaumaturgy, and I could make the flames flicker, brighten, or dim.
Ooh.
So I think I'm just going to make them brighten for a minute each and melt them down.
Does Zin know that she's doing that? Or is it like as you guys are talking, the candle burns faster?
Yeah, so I think as she's getting more and more excited, like she's now becoming more convinced by Esther, like, okay, she's edgy, like I can be edgy too. We're going to have practice later. Like we deserve this. We deserve this. And I think the candles are just getting brighter and brighter, and she doesn't realize it.
So cool. It seems to you both that as Zin isn't really paying attention to it, the flames flare and burn down way harder. For you, Esther, that would have been impossible, albeit with like a really hard Arcana modification to your typical illusory light spells. Much more light driven rather than heat driven.
cool.
Esther, did you just make the candles melt?
Wasn't me.
Oh, I mean, it must be a sign from the light, right? Like we're doing the right thing.
By the light. Yeah, let's go.
I think we should go. I'll take the tunics with us.
Esther gives Zin an eyebrow, like,
I think Zin is completely oblivious to it.
Okay.
Not the eyebrow, but like oblivious that she could have had anything
Yeah,
to do with the
okay.
candle.
Igor thinks it's the light. It's the best luck ever.
We think like, wow, this is the light. It's meant to be. The light is telling us.
See? Told you, Igor. Meant to be.
The light will lead the way.
Awesome. Please roll for our plan here. I think you can also add a D4 of guidance. This seemed to be quite an inspired plan.
17.
More than enough. As you have successfully completed this plan, now it's time to execute.
Deep breathing.
You got the first part of the plan about how to like not get caught, which is excellent. But Esther, what you know of the falls is that it's about, with the shifting nature of the woods, it's always hard to know exactly how far anything is outside of the domain, but it's about a half a mile to maybe a mile and a half with how the woods can shift like very locally and suddenly with distance. So it's not a crazy, it's an hour or two walking, right? So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Plenty of time for us to get there, have a ton of fun, and get back.
I trust you.
Fun. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do this.
Like more fun than you can even imagine, Igor.
Like when you get to stare at the candle for as long as you're supposed to, and then you go home and then you listen to your parents tell you that you're going to do as average as possible.
Igor, like we always tell you, with the power of friendship, anything is possible. And also the light, but friendship.
Igor just immediately remembers he's supposed to be following the light that Esther was making. He's just like, oh yeah, okay.
As you all move to make your escape, I will give you guys a little bit of a summary of what kind of dangers you all would be aware of. Not necessarily dangers, but things that could catch a bunch of kids sneaking out at curfew, which are, of course, people who don't have to be responsible for that curfew. So any higher up chalice or higher does not have to care about any sort of rules or regulations. They are literally above the law in a lot of cases because things have to be appealed and they are presumed innocent, whereas most other people are presumed guilty unless, there's given evidence. So anyone above chalice status at this time of night, most people would be headed home and settling down. So it's really just people of a higher status. And there are guards like Zin's father. He runs a force of guardians who work to serve him in his warding capacity.
Yeah, I think Igor is actually, even though he's 15, there's a size to him that is like equal to his dad. He kind of grew up quickly there. And as soon as he puts his head up and does his public slouch, just kind of keeping his head down, he resembles at least an adult in this situation, if that's helpful at all. In a sense of, 3 15-year-olds sneaking around at night.
Very true. And you do have 3 Igor-sized cloaks, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you all make to move and You're covered in these cloaks. That will be one more check here, which will be a DC 12 of just getting past anyone who might spot you as you make your way out of the building, out of the courtyard of this chapel-like, church-like stone building and towards the edge of Domi.
Can we add a modifier to that?
Depending on what skill you're using, let me know.
We'll wear the Igor-sized, the tunics.
Cool, because I'll say performance for if you're going for the tunics and like walking in plain sight rather than stealth if you want.
Could we do like a deception? Would that be, no, deception's more.
I would go for deception instead of performance.
Because I think, I was like, it feels wrong, but I think we should kind of stick to the shadow, but only in a sense of if we need to duck out quick.
Great idea.
Okay.
The light is brighter when we go into darker spots.
Yeah, Igor, I'm going to need you not to talk over to me. I love you, Igor, but yeah.
Try.
Okay. 16.
Nice. That is, again, more than enough to avoid danger here, but see it as you hear the proud and confident footsteps of one Aris Vara, who, of course, does not have to take in the rules of, I know what the light wants. The light chose me because I'm its perfect representation, as he's arguing with a friend who, is like, no, I have to get home. And he's saying, no, you can come with me. There won't be any repercussions. You can come with me and help me write that paper. And I'm going to roll something here. Give me a stealth check, y'all.
17.
That's an 11.
9.
With a nat 1 on the die,
Love that for us.
Aris Vara doesn't see, but 17 is still spotted with a 19 from this poor kid that's being dragged along by Aris. And as he kind of looks and he sees all three of you making your way from the building and away from the community. What's going through your head as you guys see Aris Vara dragging this kid off to foreseeably help him with something?
Zin, seeing this interaction, would like hook her arm into Esther's and kind of like pull her closer as like a, knowing that Aris and her have history, just kind of like, not now. Like, now's not the time. And then we'll make eye contact with the kid that Aris is bullying and just kind of give him a knowing nod, like camaraderie, maybe like some sort of like shh, but like not. just a knowing, like, you got this.
Give me a persuasion check here.
A 9.
A 9 is not enough to fully convey the idea as he sees you all, sees you looking towards him, offer any amount of affirmative, and he says, Aris, I really should get home. Maybe, Zin's dad's a warden, so they could probably help you wherever they're going. Aris, I'm so sorry. I have to go. And he uses this moment of confusion as Aris looks towards all three of you and sees you all. The kid takes that moment to escape. You helped him.
Yeah. Zin is feeling slightly good about that.
As Aris looks towards you guys, what is the move here? It's a low light. He knows that this kid just called out Zin, but I don't think the kid got details on the full party.
I was going to say Zin would like push them into the shadow really quickly. Just like,
Okay.
Zin, buddy.
just like,
Cool.
trust me.
So we're backing up a little bit into the foliage.
Yeah. Like,
Igor dives into the bush.
Esther might move the light that she had dimmed as we were sneaking around and like throw it right in front of his eyes and brighten it to like blind him a little bit or like shock him or like make it
Awesome.
hard for him to see past this little light orb dancing right in front of him.
Awesome. Give
Ooh.
me an Arcana check here.
in that case, if Zin sees that happen, she might also duck into the shadow.
Love it.
You said he saw us.
We'll see if he saw you. He heard this kid yell Zin. We don't actually know if Aris yet has actually seen you all.
Gotcha.
That was Arcana.
Yes.
21.
Fuck.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm going to say that Aris needs more than that here to fully perceive the group. And so otherwise it's just hearsay and someone pointing. That is 16 total, decent, but not enough to do anything more than see the light that streams towards him as the kid points, and he is blinded as you all take your moment to drop into the shadows. give me a stealth check with advantage here, all of you, to get to the border without Aris further interacting with you.
26.
Ooh, 17 from Igor.
12 for Zen.
Ooh. Just a 16 once more for Aris to...
That's actually a 22, sorry.
Damn, okay. I thought Igor was maybe going to stumble and catch Aris here, because what'd you roll? A 17?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yeah, 16 for...
I mean, I rolled. No, I didn't roll anything.
What'd you roll?
No, I didn't roll.
Wait, what'd you say?
No, I can reroll.
No, what'd you say?
What?
What'd you roll with advantage? I gave
She's
you
in the
stealth.
shrubs.
I
She's
gave you
in the
stealth with
shrubs.
advantage. What did you roll?
12.
Ooh, wait.
Oh.
Can I use my sword?
Yeah.
I can also cast guidance on myself. Oh, you do your thing.
I think in diving into the bush, kind of use my sword to kind of pull it out and reflect some of the light more into his eye.
Okay.
Just out of my sheath, I just pull it out just a little bit.
Cool. Awesome. Pulling up your father's old luck blade, one that used to hold wishes, an item of questing stories that your father refuses to tell because those times were in service to the light. Even coin cast, he still rose to a point and was never offered a higher cast. He still did hand down his old luck blade that allows a reroll. And with you flashing the light in Varus's eyes, instead of a 16, he rolled an 11.
Yes. I win by 1.
Thank
you.
I think Igor definitely says that. Thanks, Dad.
Awesome.
Igor, that was brilliant.
You gotta love him.
That's why we keep him around.
Using the light in a way that is intuitive and creative. All of you seem truly attuned with the light. Maybe not in the way that Aris assumes the community needs, as you hear his frustration and stamping and stampeding behind you, but he is unable to find you. And as you get nearer and nearer the boundary, of course, he would never assume that you would leave. That would be crazy. What is it all like as you near the boundary, which, as we know with domains, is nothing more than an imaginary line that does affect what both sides look like. Outside of it is torn by the elements and wish-afflicted creatures and conflicts and clusters that sometimes just wash across the land like cosmic storms, destroying everything but washing up upon the barrier. Actually, let me roll a luck check here.
Reminded yourself through narration to roll a luck check.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Don't remind yourself of things.
With a 16, it's a relatively calm general atmosphere for the group as you near the barrier. So you don't see any sort of like raging energies against that barrier. There's no true tangible way to see it, but the grass is not greener on the other side. What's it like as everyone approaches that line within the forest?
I imagine Zen has spent quite a bit of time at the border, being brought maybe to work with her dad at some points so he can teach her all the ways of the domain and, like, this is what I do and this is how important I am and make sure you never leave. These are the things that could happen to you if you do. But then also telling her, I feel like, some stories where not saying like if you were to ever leave, but kind of she was able to deduce, and maybe I can roll for this if you want me to, like if you were to ever find yourself outside of the domain, find the river Sibyllin, or like with the ever-changing forest, the water will help lead the way, or some sort of guidance there. I feel like he would spew as a, I know you would never leave, but on say we get attacked and you have, whatever, like always be prepared. The river will lead you home. I
completely agree that the river Sibyllin is a really, really well-known landmark that like you guys are at this interesting generation where more land has been lost exponentially than in previous generations. And so the people speak of loss much more intimately and locally because it's recent. So when people speak of the fact that the river Sibyllin used to touch the community and run through it, no longer does it truly, it kind of boundaries it on one side. But the domain used to be large enough that it took up enough of the Sonoran Valley, a name that is very rarely spoken, for it doesn't matter on your maps. But it used to take up more land of the Sonoran Valley and actually touch the River Sibilin. So it does lead home and wind your way home. So if you ever lose your footing and find yourself outside the domain, your parents have definitely given you that way home. I think that might be a common.
Yeah, like follow the river home might be like something we are raised
Totally.
to know. So I think Zin would maybe say like, hey, so we should find the river, right? I mean, it's a waterfall, so I assume it would be near the river.
Sounds right to me, based on everything I've read about it.
He's never told me about it, but I know that my dad has definitely been out here.
I don't know. I think the domain has been having some issues, so I think people are busy tonight. And we should be able to slip through. If my emotional calculations are correct.
Does it hurt when you go through?
I've heard it kind of tickles. But like in a good way.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds fun to me.
When we get out there, we have to move as quickly as we can because I've heard that weird things happen to people that are outside the domain for too long. I've heard,
Sounds fun.
I mean,
You keep using that word. I think we have very different perspectives on what fun is.
We'll see. Maybe tonight we'll change that, Igor.
I think we can make it fun. We can make it fun.
I'm already having a blast.
I will just ignore. I will forget all of the horror stories I've been told for tonight. Just for
It
tonight.
can't be worse than hanging out with Aris.
That I can fully agree with.
Do we bring extra candles?
No, but I've always got this.
Oh, that's good.
Light
We
my
don't
little-
need candles when we have Esther.
By habit, like Igor immediately stares at the light that you
I'm
made.
insulted. I'm like a walking ray of sunshine, Igor. You don't need candles.
You're so sunny. It's very sunny disposition.
That is such a euphemism in this community because, like, to be a star is the best thing. So to be the sun is like it's okay, but it's like bless your heart and like
Well, and it
you're
clearly
so
feels
sunny.
energetic. Yes, sunny. Not how I would have described this bitch.
So funny.
Bless her heart.
You have all successfully completed the skill challenge of escaping the community. So it's at your leisure as the boundary is in front of you, but I will offer you all a perception check here to see what may lay outside of it.
I think Zen is definitely going to take a perception check and also suggest that we all hold hands and walk through the same time. So if anyone is paying attention, we just look like one blip instead of 3 blips. I think that's how this works.
What would be a bigger blip to see?
Well, maybe one blip would make them think that let's be one blip instead of 3 blips.
Are you saying you should get on my shoulders?
No, I think we can just hold hands and that's okay. You are very tall.
It reaches down and grabs your hand.
Ooh, 24. Perception.
Damn. Okay. It doesn't also have to be perception for you. I don't roll history or anything else that like would otherwise give you information about an area.
I was actually going to ask if I could roll a history check and forego the perception because I think I'd be a little distracted thinking about the sword moment. And
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Any other perception checks before I continue to others?
The dirty 20.
Cool.
Mine was an 8.
What's going on in Esther's mind as you're a little bit too distracted to fully find competence in what to do in this boundary scenario or how to gain more competence in the situation?
Sure. So we're like right at the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
I think Esther had puffed out her chest, but she's like really has no idea what maybe is about to happen. So she's just distracted. I think she's just like paying more attention to how Zin and Igor are responding and trying to channel, like if she catches any sense of confidence from either of them, she can puff it back out and be in it. But I think she's like, oh shit, how do I play this off? I'm a little scared.
So cool. Sorry, not so cool, but so cool to hear the Esther inner monologue as we've only seen the confident self from outside. We see a little bit inward as a little too distracted to see what is outside of the barrier. Zin takes in a little bit more, which is this pulsing of light within the forest. And if you looked in the right places, you can see these little balls of light, this little balls of pure white light that flicker, and kind of every once in a while there's a little pinprick of bright multicolor, but all of them seem to be dancing within the forest. Is if you can fuzz your eyes out and only see the background of the trees, and you let your brain kind of fill in, oh, well, that one moved from there and it danced there. It's this really beautiful symphony that seems to be happening within the forest with what you guys all know to be will-o'-wisps, which are not corrupted will of the wishes. A will of the wish is probably to you guys like a bedtime boogeyman thing where it's like, well, you know, the wisps of the forest, if they find someone who utters their dying wish, they'll turn into something much, much worse. But the wisps of the forest aren't known to be anything more than a neutral, dangerous, and a tricksy and could lead you to danger way. So they're more warned of as like a natural hazard within the land. However, the thing you see within the forest is a beautiful symphony of those things.
Seeing it, I think Zin takes it as like another sign. She's really desperately looking for signs that she's doing the right thing. But knowing that they're will-o'-wisps, she will say like, they look really pretty, but like, let's just let them be pretty. I don't think we need to interact with really anything in the woods when we go. Let's just, get there as fast as we can.
Sounds like you're looking for the fun, Zin.
Yeah, right? If we get there fast, more time for fun.
More fun.
I mean, I'm just here to follow the light. So just this light, not all the lights.
Yes, Esther's light.
Esther's
Okay.
light.
Only Esther's light.
So still haven't stepped fully across the border yet. What is you had a history check, G?
Yeah, history check on a dirty 20, kind of looking for, because I didn't get these stories from my dad, I'm imagining either a fight about when he came back or, just some sort of historical fight between my mom and dad
Mm-hmm.
that gave me some insight, at least how to handle being out here, or some little piece of information on what, not direction, but
Your father's voice kind of cuts in your head for a moment. These forests, they'll tell you what you want to hear. When you're out in those woods, don't trust what your eyes see, trust what your heart feels. And he at one point grew kind of soft-spoken as he's telling you of the dangers of the forest. And he says, but I shouldn't be telling you this and put fool wishing on sand thoughts in your head. You might go casting a coin. But I can't refuse what I've seen with my own eyes. The forest will help you too if you listen. If you listen and hear a song that is as if it's from your own mind, turn back. But if it's a song that is just beautiful, I'll tell you now, son, it might feel ethereal and unearthly and supernatural, but it's part of nature, and the forest at times will sing. If you listen to it, you'll see some incredible things, and it will help you during hard times. He cuts off and talks about all the many things that you should not listen to in the forest, which are the whispering trees.
mm-hmm.
It totally like a dad who had this
things
one experience.
we would know, though, like that as a community. Yeah.
Yes, but like you've been raised with like, don't listen to the influences of the forest. But at one point he gave you a hint that the forest at one point led him to something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good experience or benefited him some way, kept him safe, offered him salvation. He refers to that as the time that the forest sang to him.
Oh, I don't think I share, but I squeeze Zin's hand tight as we go through the barrier. And I think my eyes are honestly closed, fully expecting in that kind of childhood story telling that I'm going to immediately hear music. So I think as soon as I cross the barrier, like I have my eyes closed, expecting to hear this melody. And I think I honestly find, even if there's a cacophony of noises from nature, I think it's oddly silent for Igor. And he just opens his eyes and kind of keeps walking forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. The barrier approaches and you all step across it as holding hands. Any other notes from, we know how Igor's squeezing Zin tightly.
Zin is definitely holding her breath, for sure.
Awesome.
And Esther's eyes are squeezed tight,
Okay.
closed.
Zin has her eyes open.
I think also holding your breath might be another like way to protect yourself that you've been told of as a kid.
Yeah.
You could hold your breath. And so as you step over the boundary, you're all holding just fingers, but is that how you are holding hands?
We're holding
in-
space. We're holding space.
Okay, we're all holding
For
space.
whatever happens.
So the bits off mic are continuing on mic. Get
Correct.
back on track.
Our listeners know.
They get us.
Okay, as you are all moving over the boundary, the world doesn't change much apart from what I've described, that it does become barren, but you might, as with all of the things you've been told, expect this like alien shift of perception, and suddenly the world is different, and you don't really feel that. You do feel a slight increase in pressure and an urge to do what you wish. The wish stress that most adults feel, for kids, we haven't had the opportunity to show this, but for kids, actually we got it a little bit with Herbert. It's more of like an urgency to do something. And we've seen with Sir Morris, when people are exhausted or in a state of deprivation and undergoing wish stress, they can succumb to it just in the same way that someone young and inexperienced would. So as you all enter this pressure, it's kind of intoxicating if you've never crossed the boundary before. What's it like for all of you as you kind of feel a little heady and the world's not different, just new? Kind of like you could just explore anything out there.
Esther, I think I know what fun is.
This is living.
This is amazing.
I've never been so happy to hear you say that.
It's like swimming up in the air, but we're on our feet. And have you ever tried doing a backflip? Can I roll this? Can Igor try to do a backflip?
Yeah, give me an athletics acrobatics
Anything
check.
you wish.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh!
Igor does an awesome backflip. You describe that for me.
I think, as he says, have you ever done a backflip? He just straight jumps backwards, does like what this seems to be like he's going to land on his back. So he just full parallel to the ground with his arms out, and then he tucks and rolls and lands on his feet and draws his sword and points it to the sky.
Igor, you have never been so cool or fun. Fun
is so fun. Zid, have you ever tried fun?
Zin, how you doing?
Igor, that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And also, there's so many things to look at. How far? How far does it go? How far?
Less questions, more walking. Let's get to the cave. I have a great idea.
You're right. Okay, let's hear it.
Well, once we get there, I gotta know what I'm working with, you know, like what are the dimensions of this cave, and is it all they really talked it up to be, and how many cantrips can I do at once? You know, we'll figure it out.
Oh my God,
It's
I'm
going to be
excited.
so awesome. It's so much fun at the same time.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
This is something. This is
Fun?
something.
Fun, would you say? It's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. We still need to be safe. That is still number one priority is be safe, but we can have fun
All
safety.
of you have just been like walking through like dangerously dark woods and just like immediately surging through a landscape that is foreign to you and new, as the forest becomes just a little bit more intertangled, and you don't even notice as suddenly behind you isn't as clear as we could just go back that way. The trees all kind of look the same around you, and yeah, it's generally pretty difficult to understand which way is where. Give me a survival check here. You can elect one person in the group, or we'll take the average. Totally up to y'all.
I'll do it. I got this. It's my flashback. I can do it.
Yeah.
So with a +1, it would be a 2.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Zin is looked backwards and sees that we don't know where we're going, but the feeling of what we could find and like more.
You see a cottage with some sort of shimmering bubble around it, and suddenly it's gone. As you get the barest quick hint of it, you look around and I mean, there are mountains in these areas, and they're always on the horizon. They're always on the eye line, and you are much, much deeper than the 20 minutes you've walked from the domain.
Guys, did you see that? Did you see that?
No, I can barely see my hand in front of my face.
Yeah, I was honestly just walking away from the bubble, or away from
Igor, stay
the
close.
domain.
Igor, stay close. Please don't let go of my hand. I think I just saw a house, but then it was gone, and now I feel like we're maybe really far away from home.
Sounds spooky. spooky, but we've just got to find the river. It can't be that hard, can it?
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
The river, right?
Let's
You were
find the
saying we
river.
got to find the river.
We gotta be close to the waterfall by now.
Should we listen really hard?
Yeah. Let's listen
Okay,
really
everyone
hard for the river. Shh. 18. We've evolved.
I'll take it. You
George,
do.
insert water sounds there.
Okay. I love the confidence here. You do hear the river nearby
Yes.
with those rolls, and give me a survival check here to know which way is which, though, to get home.
I'll do it again.
You got it.
Switching dice.
Thank God. Thanks a light.
Mother.
Oh
It's a 2.
my God.
So it's a
Okay.
3.
Give me a wisdom saving throw
You should
here.
have seen the way
everybody.
that the way that rolled. I think the devil is definitely
Use
A
this dice.
wisdom saving throw?
Everybody, yeah.
Everyone
Whiz
wisdom
save?
saving.
a whiz save. Switch dice.
Ooh, everyone gets advantage on this saving throw because they're in my aura of friendship.
I love your aura.
Okay, that's
So you're holding
great.
space for
Do you want
us?
to read that off for us?
Are you holding space for us right now?
Aura of protection. The knight and each ally within 10 feet of it have advantage on saving throws. This trait is suppressed while Igor is incapacitated condition.
God.
10.
10.
7.
Oh, advantage, right?
Oh, we get advantage?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
'cause
thank
of-
God for an advantage.
mother.
Yes,
Fricker.
thanks for that, George.
Another 7.
Still
So
a
10.
7.
I've got a 17. What's the check?
Wisdom saving.
Was wisdom saving? I got an 18.
Nice. And 7 for Zin.
A
and
10. A 10.
7 for Esther.
7 for Esther. A 10 and a 7 will both fail, as I'll need a little bit of answers from you guys first before I continue. What would you most wish for in this entire world? Like, not what you're wanting right now in this moment, but what is something that would drive your character to seek against all other odds just to follow that specifically, something that convincing, as the whispers amongst the forests grow louder and louder. Both of you, Zin and Esther, fall under its spell. What is your heart's greatest desire?
Okay, I have Dark One's own luck as a trait where I could roll a d10 and attempt to get out of this.
With a 10, you could do
a
it.
d10 if I get it hit a 10
I won't tell you,
gotcha,
but you
gotcha.
could do it with a D10, definitely possible.
recharges after a short or long rest. So, do I want to use this now? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
I'm curious what she'll do. A voice you don't hear.
Did
Oh,
you guys hear that?
Just
count to 10, Igor.
Amongst one of the thousands of whispers, Igor does point out one very specific one, but it's just like, it sounds stupid because there's thousands of other whispers.
Esther says, "Hear what? I can't even hear my hand in front of my face." Oh my God.
the universe, man. That's a 1.
Oh
Wow.
boy.
What does an
no.
11 get me?
Nothing more here.
Well, let's get a short rest.
Yeah.
Please,
So
I need
let's hear what Zin's greatest desire is in this moment.
The truth.
Oh, you hear your mother and father fighting in the woods, and it is like, it's spot on. It's so utterly convincing. You can't like not immediately gutturally step forward towards it, as you have 1,000 times, just curious enough to know what could cause such emotion. Not at all times violent or conflictive, but always with such intensity at the very least. And so as you hear that, you are pulled into the woods away from the group, as you hear them fighting about something that you've really wanted to know more about amongst their conversations. What spark of truth have you heard that might lead Zin as she hears her parents arguing?
I'm not coming up with a specific, but I do have a category like the truth of the world outside of Dami.
Cool. You hear your mother talking about the fact that she's not from this domain. That she's not even from this land. that she's from the land of favor. That to have granted a status as, what you call it, an immigrant? To not be allowed to go above, like into, not to join the same class as her husband, essentially, even though she is literally from a nobility in a different land where the favori are very, very like respected regardless. There is one status. You are nobility. And yeah, there's the slight change, but the disparity between that and the masses is so huge. You hear it in her voice as she lets out like years of hidden resent of, look what I've had to succumb to. And now I'm like, when we met, I had it all and I gave it up for you. And you see it on his face about like how like true it is. And he's just like, fuck. Yeah, I can't go further, man. Oh, but yeah, you see it in the truth that like there are just lands and peoples out there, which is not publicized at all. Like it's the apocalypse kind of in terms of what else is out there. You might hear of other smaller domains, like maybe they've talked about two wells, but I think that's the level of knowledge of the outside world is little and it's shared even smaller.
Yeah, I think Zin is in awe of this. Like, how could I not know? Or like, why wouldn't she tell me? And is still trying to like find them. Like, where are they? What's going on? And but also very aware that it could be like, it feels so real, and she knows, she's like, this can't be, you know, I know I'm in the woods and I know I'm hearing things, but like it just feels so real. Like, whoa, shit.
You are taken by this vision and you are offered what seems to be a granting of your wish for truth. Maybe not a truth that you exactly would have, like there's something that is tickling your brain as you're being presented this vision, but we'll get there as we go back to Esther. You have also failed. What is Esther's greatest desire?
Esther's greatest desire, I think, is to feel like she can be a good person, even if she doesn't have the faith that she's been told she needs. Can she be a good person, even if her faith can't compete with the people around her?
Esther feels a humming upon the air at first, and nothing visual for a long while. It's more of like that deep rise that if you've ever been swept away by a psychedelic drug where you are suddenly taken synesthetically deeply into a sense. And that's kind of like this sensory experience between touch and sound as the world starts to hum and the forest has a song, and it's like inviting enough that it has the space. It's not like a song being sung to you. It's like a choir that could be joined. And you are also entranced by the wisps that Zin was able to see earlier as they sort of start to blink with the rhythm and the pattern of this world song.
I think Esther would start to like eerily kind of groove and bop to the blinking lights, like so entranced, but not in a fun way, like mesmerized and not really in control.
As you hear this song and it is keeping you mesmerized, I think the entrancing feel of it says to your very being, you are accepted and like you are good enough. And then you feel this blaringly brilliant light behind you. And in your mind, you can't quite identify it, but you can feel it as the expectations of the light upon you that you don't often like to admit to yourself. But the pressures of the light literally glare upon you as the forest offers a more welcoming light ahead of you.
Esther, I think, would start to kind of march to the beat and try and forge a way forward.
As you do, I will describe what Igor sees and hopefully tries to interact with.
Maybe this will help.
Come on, Igor. Come on, buddy.
I'm on my third backflip. I'm like, have you guys ever tried doing like backflips just to get places? This is amazing.
We're like wandering off into the woods.
We're like zombie mode.
With both of you doing it, I think it's more of like two of your friends suddenly shift direction. Give me an insight check here. I'm going to say it's the same DC as the wisdom save was.
That's a 3.
You're not quite sure why, but it is odd. I think as it would be to anyone, as they both shift enough to like kind of shoulder check you. And suddenly the group is walking this way into the forest rather than the way you were initially planning down the river. Why are we going away from the river?
Hey guys, is it more fun that way? I think where we said the river was. Where are you going?
Mom? Dad?
Your mom's here? I mean, Esther, are you okay? You seem like you're moving pretty cool. Like, is that the right way to say that?
That seems like about enough time. As, give me a perception check, Igor, as you are the only one not entranced.
I imagine Igor like doing a backflip. Did you see that? Doing another backflip.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah.
Doing a backflip. Did you see that?
With perception, that's gonna be a 18.
Nice.
Igor.
Someone's got to. You've been studying.
Catching this thing before it can pounce. With that perception check, Igor, you are quick enough to see that both Esther and Zin are headed for what looks like a low stone ring well, maybe between knee and hip for all of you, that is wide enough, and how they're walking, they will both fall into whole body. You can't see the bottom from this angle. You have no idea. I think right there we'll roll initiative.
Oh, hey guys, you guys can you see there's a well where you're it's really dark. Don't, please, guys.
Grab us by the scruff, Igor. Oh, initiative.
It's an 11.
13. Natural 20.
Yes. Whoa.
So 22.
Yes.
I mean, natural 20 mean that you're going into the well.
Yeah. Yeah. I might be like, oh, you said backflip, Igor? I wonder if I could
Oh, no.
land this one.
Gosh, it's kind of good and bad luck, but it's mainly about Igor's roll, because with Esther having rolled highest and Zin having rolled next, it doesn't matter that you beat out the well of wanting that now you can't see, but Igor sees and is not quick enough to interact with the teeth and tentacles that sprout from it.
Teeth and tentacles?
Teeth and tentacles. Both of them sharp somehow. And both of them slippery. You think on that. It's disgusting as this thing erupts into an abyssal monstrosity. But to your eyes, both of you just see this envision that is inviting you in some way forward to either learn more, to discover the truth, or to escape the pressures from a light from home and to go into a light that accepts you.
That looks fun.
I can see that.
Yeah, you hear Esther say, "That looks fun," and looks at
Flaming light above us. Get the fuck away from that. Everyone run. Everyone run. And I think I try. Sorry.
You're good. I just thought it was funny to do.
And I think Igor is going to immediately go for an attack if he can, if I have initiative.
It is not your turn yet. That's the hard thing, as the Well of Wanting has beat you out. Let me describe what it does first. That'll be a DC 15 intelligence saving throw by anyone that has charmed. So you auto succeed just by not having fallen under its initial charming, Igor.
You all have advantage on saving throws.
Oh, that is so helpful.
Yeah.
We have advantage on. Oh, okay.
I'm literally scared for you.
Got a 14. 11.
11 damage to you both.
Ow.
What you are both experiencing somehow starts to hurt you, as for you, Esther, the light behind you starts to glare so brilliantly that you could swear that your back was on fire. it's reminiscent of all the times that the clerics have always said, do well, but don't do anything that will get the light's true attention on you. Don't do anything to draw the light's eye and its ire. As you feel your back burning from the light that you are escaping, trying ever further to get forward, you take what actual damage is that? Is teeth and tentacles. But what those teeth and tentacles do to you, Zin, is I think just further reveal layers. As is there anything more that you think is revealed to Zin in these moments?
So, unbeknownst to Zin, being an infernal tiefling, she can understand abyssal.
Cool.
Is this thing saying anything she can understand?
It is offering you some words.
I can give you what you desire. If you only dare ask. Just ask.
It says that and a lot of other ways of urging you to make more wishes. It could give you
Everything. Anything that you could want.
So as Zin is hearing that and then feels the damage that she takes, she gets, and like having just found out a big truth, or in her eyes, a lie about her mom, she's so angry. The anger of, I'm tired of the truth hurting.
Why does the truth have to hurt?
And all of a sudden, this thing has to take a Constitution saving throw
okay
and potentially lots of necrotic damage.
That is a 2 on the die. We love to hear it.
Okay, so you failed, and I will roll 4d10.
Like I said,
Oh my
I
God.
built these stat blocks to be of a fateful night.
27 necrotic damage.
Fantastic as you tear this thing in half. More teeth and tentacles fill the space of the well. And how much damage did you do?
27.
With the 27, yeah, I rolled a 9 on the die, but that still doesn't beat the concentration check of keeping this up. So you actually dispel it for both you and Esther. And suddenly there's a lot more teeth and tentacles than when Igor first saw this thing, because your necrotic damage just like dissolves the disguise of the stone moss covered well that was around it. And it's now just a gnashing abyssal monster that is laid bare before you and has both of you held and has been eating you.
Yeah.
So,
I think too, this kind of like from a visual perspective of it, like the necrotic damage, I don't think you see, like Igor wouldn't see necessarily like the energy explode from Zin herself, but more with her anger, the necrotic damage is coming like from within that creature. So it's like boiling from the inside out. Like she's just, and she doesn't realize she's doing it. It's just like, why does the truth have to hurt? And then this thing all of a sudden is like very damaged. And she's like, whoa, wild. Thank you, Light. Like, that was so nice of you, Lingo. This is,
Do you feel like Esther being closer picks up more on the fact that it's something that came from Zin?
I think with maybe an insight roll, you would like a roll of some type. Because with you being charmed, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
How much you'd pick up on.
I don't think Igor would notice. It's like, at least some of it's rotting. Oh my god.
Like, oh, that's so lucky.
Everybody, please back up. Why are you next to the giant monster vine thing? I don't understand. This isn't fun anymore.
Like, what? Oh my gosh. I think we need to go.
What was that?
What is it? It's right there.
Was that there the whole time?
It's been, you guys been walking right at it. I was doing backflips and you were just dancing and walking right there telling Mom, Dad, that's not your mom or dad. Said, you know that's not your mom or dad. We really need to get out of here.
Igor, it is now your turn as you finally find your footing within whatever the fuck is happening right now.
I turn immediately as I'm saying that and almost have it's got its will of its own, because it kind of does. It's like I feel it's embodying, the strikes of my father. And I think I'm going to attack just specifically the vines that are either holding or near Zin and Esther to try to break free, but with the intent to get away. The tentacles.
Roll a hit here.
That's a nat 1 on the first roll. That's an 18.
18 will hit. And just 2 attacks?
3 attacks. Okay. Yeah, I make 3 attacks.
There's something urging you guys all forward. You don't know at what cost right now. Our characters in a different campaign might know, but there are some odd benefits for characters that are experiencing it at a younger age with more vitality to draw from.
That's a nat 20 for the 3rd attack.
And sometimes it burns bright as you swing this blade like you have never swung it before.
9. So that is 9 plus 9 plus 7. So that is a 25.
Nice. 25 damage. Hurts badly as you cut into this thing, and black ichor oozes out in all directions as this thing had somehow drew you near with its invasion into your mind and granting you its desires. That facade is completely gone as just a monstrous creature rears back and screams with alien energies.
Ed, get away from this one. Ed does a big swipe, and then he does his nat 1 and misses, and he's like, "Oh man, sorry." And I swipe up towards the other one, and I'm like, "And now we get out of here." And can I use my movement to start moving away?
Yeah, you totally could. You would take an attack of opportunity as this thing hasn't used a reaction yet.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
As you do so, I will roll to hit here. Oh, that is a 5 on the die. This thing is not doing well as you will avoid one of its lashing tentacles that tries to catch you. Now with a legendary action, everyone give me a wisdom saving throw here.
With advantage.
Well, how far away have you moved?
10 feet.
He looks me dead in the eyes and says,
Nat 20.
Nice.
No
Nice.
way.
19.
Nat 20.
Oh, so
I love
good.
advantage.
All of it.
Power of friendship.
Power of friendship.
That'll just be 2 damage to all of you, but you avoid the really terrible thing. The whispers increase in the forest around you, up to the point where it's trying to urge you back as the whispers of the well being this monstrous creature in front of you, is trying to enchant your mind and draw you closer, but all of you avoid that and do not have to move 10 feet closer to the thing, or if you are next to it, be grappled. And that is next up, Esther. You are you're fully aware now. I think you've had a lot to react to as you've broken free from that vision of light, and now you have Igor attacking in front of you.
Esther is going to use her arcane burst at the tongue tentacle creature.
Raised in the light, you have all been trained or otherwise been offered opportunities to advance your arcane services, and Esther has always been a natural talent. Pure, intense, vital magics of this world blast out of your hands. Or what does it look like?
I think it actually comes out of my elbow or something I bring my arm
cool.
up to kind of protect myself a little bit, and it's coming out of my shoulder, my arm.
One of Esther's talents has always been that she doesn't have to do the forms that they practice, right? To step here, shift forward now, and it's supposed to come out of a palm every time. Esther is very able to send it out at any angle that she needs.
Are you about to do a Muay Thai arcane blast? That is so cool.
I guess.
So cool.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll my damage. 10 damage.
With 10 damage, that hurts badly. What does it look like for your version of Esther's sorceress arcane burst of magic?
I think maybe when it hits, it kind of causes the creature to glow a little bit, almost in a cool way.
You make this explain.
Like it shimmers and shines and looks like really appealing, even though it's hurting it and causing damage. It's like bursting with fun.
So fantastic.
Ooh, shiny.
Multicolored light dances across the forest as tentacles wreathed in that light are what writhe in a way to make it bounce like a discotheque
There you
around the
go.
forest
Yeah.
as you light up the forest with this arcane burst.
Yeah.
Will-o-wisps.
The
just-
inflatable men at a car dealership.
Yes.
Yeah.
God. And anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, I have multi-attack, so I'm going to do that again.
Oh, badass. I love these
If you don't
stab
mind.
blocks.
And she did it again. Pop, pop. 15 hits again.
15 hits again.
George, what would a Muay Thai move look like next? If I have my arm up and my elbow out?
Ooh, either like a front kick or like a spinning back kick, like a backward spin.
Okay, out
into
of
a
my
kick.
heel?
Yeah,
If I,
imagine like
turn and-
Azula with like her kick when her like.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I've used my arm to throw it around my face and kind of spin my torso, and I'm bringing a leg up and around to do damage with this next round.
She's so cool.
So cool.
Always has been adept at the forms of the lights that are practiced. Esther seems to modify them and make them her own as she uses them in a much more combative way than is ever taught to the youth within this community as you execute a perfect spinning back kick to send it out of your heel.
Yeah, she does 4 more damage
Cool.
and continues spinning all the way back around and sticks her tongue out at the tentacles.
Awesome. Misophonia check. Doesn't bother me when I do it. Does when anybody else does. Sorry, I'll put a trigger warning. This thing uses a reaction as Esther. I need to ask another question of you. What might be your greatest unmet desires in life? Does it align with being accepted, or is there anything else in Esther's life that she's wanted so badly and she just never gets? It's a little bit different than your heart's greatest desire. It's the thing that's most glaringly unmet.
I think maybe a love for herself.
You see just a vision of yourself ahead as carefree as you could be if you just offered yourself to the visions once more. Like that crazy intensity of like, well, those visions were actually really nice until the burning light, and I almost got away from that. And it's the enchanting charm of this thing that puts such a perverse thought in your mind, but you are entranced for a moment with the idea of returning to those visions and how easy it would be to just live in an existence like that rather than the pressures that you've had every day.
Yeah, sounds nice. 11.
Roll with
advantage.
advantage.
Oh,
I
yes,
think-
that's important.
I think it's not bardic inspiration or anything, but I think Igor turns to you and says, "That was the coolest weird spin thing I'd ever seen. That would look so fun."
It was my first time. Would you believe it?
No.
11.
Unfortunately, not enough. This thing that you've always wanted is just out of your reach, and even if you could return to the visions, life will never be that easy, and you are just stunned till the end of your next turn.
Once Esther lands her spin kick, she just immediately goes to like standing entranced again and just like blinking and
Yeah.
not observing anymore.
Igor, she doesn't even seem to take the compliment as you are unable to get through fully, and Esther is stunned. Zin, that is now you.
Zin, I think something's wrong with Esther.
I think something's wrong with all of this, Igor. We shouldn't have come out here. I knew better. And Zin, thinking like really the only thing, I mean, she learned how to mend, she's learned some healing word stuff, but just kind of looks down and sees the scimitar on her hip that she just like never uses, but like knows forms because her dad makes her practice, because if you're gonna be a warden's daughter, you have to know the moves. So she's gonna pull out her scimitar and take some slashes. She's gonna walk forward and start slashing at this thing with perfect form.
Okay.
Like in the backyard, at least an hour a day, dad makes her practice.
Awesome. Love that. It is practiced as you swing away.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 will definitely hit.
Okay, so 7 slashing plus 3 fire for my first attack. Don't look at me like that. I don't know where the fire came from.
Exactly.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Sick. So 9 slashing damage and 5 fire.
24 total.
I imagine that the fire part, one, if they're not really paying that much attention, might just think it's a reflection off the sword. It's just a reflection. Why is your sword glowing all of a sudden? I don't know. It's just a reflection.
As you strike down, your father, being the military presence he is for your community, has several magic weapons that perform effects like what you see in front of you as you cut down with steel. But what results is burning flame that just erupts from you don't even know where, as it's not, you didn't take one of your father's magic items, as you look upon the blade and it is seemingly just regular steel, as with every strike, flame seems to attack this thing just as much as the steel does. Give me a insight or perception check.
Perception. Dirty 20.
Amongst all the whispers, it was going to be very difficult to hear, and you do, as you hear,
Burn it all. Destruction. You'll be interesting to watch. Good luck.
Thanks. She looks down at the scimitar and kind of like shakes it. Like, is this thing on? Like, what is this thing? Like, just like, huh?
Then you hit the thing so hard it turned into fire.
Yeah, it must be. I just swung my sword so fast it created so much friction that's how. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I believe you.
I have to say that Esther, being entranced but hearing Zin say, "Oh, I told you this was a bad idea," from the depths of her trance, an eyeball twitches like, "Oh no, no, this is still a good idea. There's still potential for fun here.
We're having fun.
We'll get through this. I just know it. Think of the stories we'll tell." Amen.
Before we get to the Well of Wanting's turn proper, it's going to use a legendary action for this round, and everyone DC 15 intelligence save here for me.
With advantage.
Dirty 20.
Okay, work. 12.
With advantage?
My other roll was a 2. 19.
Ooh.
So glad you're not double tranced.
What'd you roll?
What's the DC?
DC 15.
I failed.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm gonna be honest.
I did not make that pass.
Not
Not make that check.
In this moment, what might feel like hope to get out of this situation to Zin? What would help look like should it arrive?
My first thought was Dad. I went through every other possibility. I was like, it would be Dad.
You are struggling with this thing as one of the tentacles lashes out towards you, and it's so near your face that you have to grab it with a hand and hold it back, and the combat will pull it away from you quickly, but for a moment you just have to use all of your strength to keep this tentacle away. You're convinced to turn, and you see your father running through the woods, a magic glowing radiant longsword in hand as he wields it with too lithe of grace for any sort of mortal being, and he runs through the forest and he says, "Zin, stay still. I'll be there shortly. If you move too much, the thing will only want you more. Just Godspeed, don't mess this up for me, girl. I only have one chance to save you. Stay still." As he charges in with the blade, he urges you just to let go, and as you do, you will take 9 damage here, as you are also charmed by this illusion for a moment. That is Igor.
First, looking at Zin and Esther in their states, there's a moment where I think I just hold my sword tightly in my hands, and I'm going to close my eyes and listen as deeply and intrinsically to who I am and the world around me is for a melody, and just hope that as I try to save my friends here, that I hear some sort of song to help me, like the stories that my dad told me.
Igor, as you move to act, the song that you hear upon the wind and from the trees, many songs play out, but you hear of wheel and woe wishes of wizards and witches. And you are definitely in the woest of wishes in this moment.
Why can't I hear the melodies? And I think I swing my sword. That is. Oh, before I do that, actually, I was going to use a bonus action to do the Aura of Friendship, which the champion summons an aura that fills a 10-foot radius sphere centered on itself. While this aura is active, the champion and all its allies in the aura have advantage on attack rolls. The aura moves with the champion and lasts for 1 minute until the champion is in incapacitated condition, or until the champion uses another bonus action.
Cool. Activated.
Cool.
Is there anything tangible as you move in this new way with this aura emanating out?
Yeah, I think it's backflip. I think it's honestly, in all the times that I've tried to be in the middle of the line and be as like, I think Igor has struggled with the conformity of being in the middle all the time, which has led him to not take the lead and defend the ideas that he has. And I think in just sheer want for being there for his friends, he's going to step in front of the danger in between them and this crazy looking tentacle monster. And he's going to take a few strikes. That is a 17 to hit.
17 what?
And then I'm going to do all 3 attacks here with advantage.
Yes. It's your aura.
That's a 27.
That'll hit.
And that's a 22.
Do I have to tell you?
And I'll roll
Just for
two.
fun. Just so we can hear
That
it.
will hit.
Yeah.
They love to hear it. They love to hear it.
We do. That is a 7 plus 7 plus 8. 22 damage. Can I action surge?
You can action surge if you want.
I'm going to action surge and I'm going to attack again with my longsword for a multi.
Okay, go for it.
15 for the first one.
Awesome, that'll hit.
That's not going to hit it. If I got a nat one, not going to hit it. It's just 1 hit out of the 3.
All right, roll that damage for us.
A lot of ones. Another 10 damage.
You are cutting this thing up. Abyssal ichor is spraying everywhere. As the blood like sizzles, you see like little bits of light escape along with the vapor as this like magically corrupted creature, a true wish-born affliction that has become an epidemic upon this world. This well of wanting is very near its end.
You see just sporadic slashing just in front of you guys. Just get away from my friends, please. This is disgusting.
I like the please. Please.
Please.
Again, I made these stat blocks for not only the fatefulness of the night, but also the urging of the wish stress that I didn't want to spoil. And you guys are surging forward with heroic energies. As you're feeling this energy surge through you, Igor, you are just a force to be reckoned with. Esther, that is you next, but I believe you are stunned until the end of this turn.
Here I am. Spitefully. You can see how
Spitefully.
pissed off I am on my face.
But you do come out of that now. What does it look like as Esther returns to herself, but is unable to fully get herself back in the fight?
I think she's looking at Igor with a lot of admiration and appreciation for this strangeness that's coming from this version of him.
covered in ooze.
Yeah. Just like disbelief and also like, fuck yeah, we're doing this a little bit. Just looking around at both Zen and Igor like, whoa.
I'm going to give you we'll call it a con save to have your action economy back on this turn with disadvantage on whatever action you might take.
Okay.
But inspired by the friends who are acting to save you.
Rolling that one first, but I have advantage.
Oh, yes.
No, a 5.
Your friends are doing a lot to make sure that this scenario
Yeah.
doesn't turn deadly.
And Esther seems the type to also be a little stunned in this moment. You know, she was all talk, less bite, and maybe she'll warm up to the bite once we continue forging a path ahead. But as this is kind of our first real encounter with chaos and scariness, I think I'm just taken aback.
Whew.
Fair enough. I would be too if I had tentacle and teeth. Like I said, scary
I was
stuff.
bluffing. I was bluffing.
Zin, that is you next.
Am I still stunned?
Oh, you have a save here to see if you get your turn back.
With advantage.
With advantage. A wisdom save?
Yes.
18.
That will save and get you your turn back here.
Dad? What? Wait. Ow. She just is gonna swing her scimitar again.
Not even listening to the vision that's like, stay still. Don't let the thing.
Well, then it hurt me. So I
Yes,
was like,
exactly. Yes. So you.
there are lies in this forest. The call's coming from inside the house.
Your father disappears as he cuts off, saying, "Don't think, just."
Do. And she swings her scimitar while also saying, guys, I think we should probably leave.
Thinking and doing. She's doing it all, ladies and gentlemen.
22. But I'm just going to see if I crit, just in case.
Just in case.
I didn't.
More than enough to hit.
Yeah. So I think she does 8 slashing damage and another 1 fire. 9 total. I'm going to swing again.
Nice.
15 hit.
That will hit.
9 slashing. 4 fire.
This thing is hurting bad.
But not bad enough.
Not bad enough, but you are cutting down into this thing, and with every slash of the scimitar, you hear another whisper in your mind.
We'll check back in later with this one.
Yeah, I think she's just like screaming, like, why? Just
Amazing.
like trying to like machete her way through the tentacles.
Amazing. That is now this well of wanting's turn with as little as it can do left now.
Idiot.
We're going to see if its ability recharges with the D6 here. On a 4, it does not. Did I use my reaction this turn yet?
Yeah.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
On
Not this
sad.
turn.
Oh,
How
on this
many-
turn?
On this turn,
No.
before its turn proper, but with Zin striking it this time. Zin, give me a DC 15 wisdom saving throw here.
With advantage. This die is going in the trash. The second roll was a nat 1. The first one was a 13.
Unfortunately, not enough to
Fine.
save.
How much do you hurt me?
Esther no longer, and now Zin is stunned until the end of your next turn by visions of your greatest unmet desire, which again, different than your greatest heart's most core desire. What is Zin most glaringly missing in her life?
Choice? Like freedom? Because everything's kind of spelled out for her.
You're reminded of a time when Cleric Hazel had you after class because you and Esther had been able to like get him so interested that he just talked about all these things that, yeah, he wasn't really specific about, but he confirmed that more was out there. And there came this time where something struck his expression and he suddenly looked very frightened, and he immediately left that interaction and ended it there. In this vision you see him continuing with this information that you've gained anew. He tells you it's all like pulled from the scraps of your memory of hearing of a domain called the Village of Two Wells, one where the people live free and offer solitude to any who might need it, and any who would be beneficial to the domain. And people are allowed to live as they be as long as they live reasonably. In these times, it's not asking much to live in the Village of Two Wells within its protection. The Wicked Willows kind of do the rest. And you just have these visions of Cleric Hazel just filling you in about the world and how much is out there, and it's all just pulled from the little bits you've been able to ascertain as a kid. And that is next up. Oh, the Well of Wanton. Fuck.
Yeah, that was just the reaction.
Yep, that was the reaction. Sorry about that. I just have its melee attack left, so it's just going to take 3 attacks here.
Slap you with a slithery little tentacle.
Does a 12 hit? We'll say first Zin. No?
No.
Cool. Doesn't hit Zin. Lashes out next with a 22 at Esther.
It hits.
Cool. Lashes out with a nat 1 at Igor. Esther, that will just be 7 damage. This one last slash of a tentacle lashes out, and the whispers turn to a much more pleading nature as this well of wanting is seeing its demise written in the stars. And that is next up, Igor.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to continue swinging. So it's just another melee attack. And I'm just like, I don't know why we're still here. This is not fun anymore. It's just, I just feel gross and I want to go home. Same number. So 16.
16 hits.
That'll hit. 19. Oh, and that nat one on the end.
Nice. 2 attacks. You might maybe do it.
And that's an 8 to 22 again.
22 puts this thing on, I swear to God, its last legs.
You keep saying that.
I know.
It doesn't have legs.
Well,
so you're lying.
I have so many legs. And that is Esther's turn.
Finishing Esther.
Thing's dusty as hell. Let's go.
You look dusty.
You have watched your friends pound on this thing, but then suddenly you see Zin lose herself.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
succumb
coming
to the same
to
thing that you just came out of. Yeah.
right at the same time. It's kind of like gasping back into life and knowing I have to act super quickly and also being overwhelmed at the state of things. So I think I inhaled, come back to life, sort of like with a huff. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, but it's going to just kind of come out of me.
Awesome. Roll for hay here.
Cool. My friends are so cool.
Accidentally cool. That'd be a 14.
A 14 will literally just hit. As you didn't have to aim, this thing is about to engulf you as its final move here is just going to try to swallow you all. It vulnerably opens itself up to all areas of attack as it just tries to engulf all 3 of you, hoping to end the threat immediately.
All right, I'm going to roll 3d8.
Let's see it.
17
That
damage.
will be more than enough to dissolve this thing in multicolored prismatic
It's a fucking
light.
rave, bro.
It might not
Eat
be
my
the rave you
dust.
expected, but it's the rave we needed as color blasts everywhere and this thing sprays abyssal ichor in all directions, but the chromatic orb spins quickly enough to spray it above you all, and you just see it like kind of glow neon as it vaporizes to light, evaporating in the air, and suddenly you guys are amid a glowing swarm of will-o-wisps that have been attracted by it, and as they pull you all into a lovely little rave we have in the forest, I think we are going to end our session there, and we might just have to find out next time what happens in our flashback 2-shot. So you can, I think, expect us back here next month to figure out how our lovely little band of misfits. Well,
Igor's still swinging.
Soon.
He's like, "What? Leave me alone!"
Igor, it's the wisps. It's the wisps.
We're
We're safe now. We're safe now.
They're fun.
The opposite
I
side.
promise they're fun.
Is it God?
Do another backflip.
Is it God?
Is what gone?
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Zin starts handing out the extra tunics for us to change.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime and all down here in the deep blue sea. I try to be quicker than that, but I couldn't think of down here with my best buddies.
In the trees.
In the deep dark trees.
We love you, everybody.
that was tight. And I got to read my thing here as always.
I almost unalived myself in a flashback.
Almost.
So fun.
I'm sitting at 13 hit points right
I'm
now.
also at 13. 13 hit points.
Oh, math be mathin'.
The Friday
Good thing
the
I've been
13th.
practicing my cure wounds cantrip. Oh, bless.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Mend me.
This has been a bite-sized dice roll twice told time by the Dice Side. Thank you for joining us, you lovely, lovely Dice-Siders. Go out there and be twice kinder. We hope you enjoyed this Fable flashback into Zin's past. Can't wait to see where it goes next. If you enjoyed the music or monster in this one, then head on over to the Patreon, where we have one of the main score tracks, an original by Madly Musical Mind, our lovely player George at our table here, as well as a homebrew stat block of The Well of Wanting that made an appearance in this episode. So come on over and check those out.
DiceSized.